Hey y'all, and welcome back to the channel. This is Tales from a Scorpion bringing you Scorpio Talks, and today we are really going to sit and just chit chat about two documentaries that I saw over the weekend that just blew my mind. The first one is My Mom Jane with Mariska Hargitay, and the second one is Sweet Bobby Catfish. That catfish nightmare, that was mind-boggling. It had me on the edge of my seat literally the whole time. But nevertheless, I don't want to keep you waiting. Let's dive in. So you guys, My Mom Jane. Okay, Mariska Hargitay is the daughter of Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield was an actress, a model, a sex symbol back in the 60s. Um, she was like the bombshell, aka Marilyn Monroe, if you will. Um, kind of resembled Marilyn Monroe, kind of did some of the same things, in those movie roles that Marilyn Monroe portrayed back in the day. But anywho, Maria, aka Mariska, she's the surviving daughter of Jane Mansfield. She is on this documentary stating that she never knew her mom because when her mom passed, unfortunately, she was 3 years old. She didn't really have a lot of memories. So she's pulling all her siblings together. They all sit around, they come and they are interviewed by the sister who is Mariska. And they are all sharing the memories that they had of their mother when they were, adolescent. Unfortunately, Maria was only 3 years old when her mom tragically died in the car crash, and she really just didn't have any memories. So, moving right along, she finds out that her mom married 4 times and that she actually had an affair. That affair led to her being pregnant, um, the fourth or fifth time, and that baby that she had was actually Maria. Come to find out, Jane had separated from Mickey Hargitay and ended up having an affair and went back to Mickey, all at the same time being pregnant with Mariska. She then discovers that her father, later on in her 20s, that her father is not even Mickey, is actually Nelson Sardelli. Jane was doing a lot. She was doing a lot. And they kept this a secret for so many years, for so long, for decades. They kept this until Mariska discovered, she said, well, I can't live like this no more. I need to find the truth. I need to let everyone else know the truth so that she can move on. The story was very, very, very touching and moving. And it's one thing to have lost a parent, but to live with a parent and really not know that that parent is actually your biological parent is another thing. So I kind of empathized and um, felt for Mariska during the documentary. I'm glad at the end she finally received closure, but she didn't get a chance to talk to her father because unfortunately her father had passed as well. But she was able to reconnect with her new siblings that she discovered she had on the Sardelli side, and she was able to mend and have some type of closure in the end. Next up, we have Sweet Bobby, My Catfish Nightmare. Child, that thing right there was cray cray. Y'all, this one took me for a loop. I was on the edge of my seat the whole entire time. So let me break it down so it can forever be broke. This lady named Curat is trying to get into a relationship or find someone that she can actually fall in love with and marry, because her family believes in the sanctity of marriage and being married and settling down and making your life complete. She was already in a long-term relationship, and that relationship didn't work out, and she stayed in it for over 10 years. So she's online and she meets a young man online and she falls in love with him. So they begin to have this online courtship, this online relationship for over close to 10 years, over 9 years. They have this relationship, even to the point where the person on the other end proposes to Kira. They were talking about family. They were talking about raising children. They were talking about where they were going to live, looking at wedding dresses, doing all the things that a fiance would do in the midst of believing that she's going to marry this online person that she's been chatting with for over 9 years. She was so in love with this man. She couldn't eat. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't work. She couldn't think. She was losing weight. I mean, this man just had her gone. There was always a reason or an excuse on why they could never meet, why he couldn't fly out to see her. It was things as he was in witness protection. He was shot 6 times. He was Tupac, wasn't he? She finally said, enough is enough. Like, I've had enough. I'm arguing with him on the phone. I'm texting with him on the phone. I'm online, fussing at him. Yeah, they were on the phone. She actually heard his voice throughout the years and never questioned it. But my thing is how could you let this go on? Not one, not two, but for 9 years where you never saw this person face to face. Long story short, you need to check out this documentary. Kirat, she finally has said enough is enough. She demands that he flies out to London where she lives, that she wants to see him right now. You bring your ASS here. I want to see you. What is going on? He tells this lady that he's on his way. He gets a plane ticket. She tracks his flight. She can see him mid-flight what time he's landing, when he's going to arrive. He gets to London and he still say, I'm so upset with you and how you did things and how you handled me. I still don't want to see you. Kira is livid at this point. She gets in her car. She tries to locate his whereabouts. She goes over to the hotel. Child, he don't come downstairs. She's outside crying, just having a nervous breakdown, to where she goes back home and recalculate everything, pull up different information to see what is going on and why things are not piecing together. She then hires an investigator so that that investigator can help her find this person that she's so madly in love with and just so outdone with herself. She goes over to the address that she finds. Come to find out, the person comes to the door, but that person doesn't even know who Kirat is. It's crazy. This man, Bobby, comes to the front door. He's like, who are you? I don't know you. The wife comes around and she's looking. She got the baby in her hand. She's like, Bobby, who this woman is? So, Bobby's like, I don't know who this person is. This lady is crazy. I've never talked to her a day in my life. Kira is outside on the front step going crazy, throwing a tantrum and being the woman that she is at this point. Piss the F off that her man is standing there with another woman, his old wife. Kirat begins to show pictures of Bobby and all the text messages and all the emails and all the DMs that, they've been having throughout 9 years. And he's like, I don't know you. I don't know you, sweetheart. I'm about to call the police on you because you are crazy. Emotionally broken, Kirat returns home. She contacts her cousin. Now, check this out, y'all. Her cousin was the one who set her up online anyway. So now we're going back to the cousin. She calls the cousin. She tells the cousin that Bobby is acting crazy. Bobby don't know who she is. He's pretending that he don't know her. The cousin say, y'all ready for this? She apologizes. Simran is the cousin. She apologizes and she says, do not involve the police because everything that has happened and transpired, it was because of me. I did it all. I created 60 profiles on Facebook and I was all 60 of those people. Y'all, if I could have jumped through that TV, I would. I would have choked hold that cousin. That cousin was crazy. That cousin needs some help. It's way beyond mental health awareness. Something was wrong with that cousin. And to top it all off, the cousin they didn't even lock the cousin up. She didn't have all she said was she was sorry. At this time, when people get catfish like this, they need to be held accountable for their actions. Point blank, period. That cousin need her ass whooped. How could you do that to your family member for 9 years? My thing is, at some point, did they have phone sex? For 9 years, you never saw this person. What in the hell? How could your family member do that to you for 9 years? Pretending all this time. And she actually sat with her cousin at one point for lunch while the cousin played on her Apple phone, on her Apple Watch, and was texting her all that. Child, this thing was crazy. Y'all check it out. So, y'all, that's it. I just wanted to share with you 2 of the documentaries that I was looking at over the weekend. Let me know what you think about the 2 documentaries in the comments below. My Mom Jane, I'm sorry, and Bobby, sweet Bobby, my catfish nightmare. Let me know what you guys think and if you thought the same thing that I did. Like those 2 things, they were crazy. Jane was all over the place and Kirat, she was the stupid one for allowing that for 9 years. Bye.